Good morning, friends. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So we're trying to find out how will Wayne and Rolanda react to all of this stuff that's been going on. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's be about it this morning. I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get on to the live. Let's get going. Let's get rocking. It's, oh, good gosh. Oh, good gosh. You know what I love about this? Amber is in the mix. I love the fact that Amber is in the mix. Good morning, friends. Good morning. Let me just first say good morning. Let's get into the story here. So, I love the fact that Amber is here. Do you love that Amber is here? Do you oop, love that Amber is present? Because she needs to be present to see this. You know why? Because she needs to know the type of husband that she has, how he is, and his character. It will tell her everything. Let's get into it. So basically, as of right now, I think that they think Amber knows what's going on. It looks like they think Amber knows what's going on. Do you think, do you believe they think that Amber knows what's going on? Actually, that's my problem with Amber now. Me want her to be looking at these things because, look, if there's any way to find out the nature of a man, and by man I mean man, woman, children, whatever you want to call it. If there's any setting that you want to see them in, it is other settings. How are they? How do they react with other people? You must see this. And you must pay attention to it as you're going along. If she's not watching how Anthony's going about things, this is crazy. This is so funny. Why? Because it's the first time trying to hold Anthony accountable. Well, finally. Finally, friends, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button, friends. Please hit the like button. Y'all know how this works. Amber knows Anthony O'Neill. She knows him. Well, she needs to know him some more. That's what I think she needs. And he's asking them if they have any deals. If they have any deals. Would you, if would you tell Anthony about any other deals after this? May I tell you, I would have never told him about any deals, or if may I tell you about any deals, you'd have to sign an NDA. I'd have to sign a contract with to say that if you get the deal, me want 50% or whatever it is. Anthony asks the people, Anthony knows our husband, Amber knows her husband. I hope so. I hear y'all are saying this. I hope so. She needs to be reminded. She needs to be reminded. That's what's going on.
Actually,
I can't believe it. Oh my God! We say Anthony husband turned Pinocchio overnight to box covers. If Anthony knows the start grow right now, something wrong. If he knows the start grow, if Anthony knows the start grow, yo, if knows might the start get long. Honestly, no, ain't no way Anthony knows the start get long. Ain't no way Anthony knows don't start get long because of how lime actually is. You can't lie, so man. Jesus, you them lie. Oh my God. Yo, Anthony lie. You know, say, the liest man on earth. Oh my gosh, the man. I go sit down and him really I go sit down and lie about this. I cannot believe him actually sitting down. Uh, when I say Amber know her husband, does she really know her husband? Here's the thing. Amber knows her husband personally. The question is, does Amber know her husband in business? That is the question. He's not even a stand-up character. That's the deal. You don't understand what's going on here. She's getting to see this man that she is okay. What I think is happening is that she has celebrated this man all of her life and she's not realizing that the man is a facade. Listen to me. If me lay down piece of pum pum to the side, me wouldn't trust Anthony with it. I would not trust Anthony with anything at all. I would not trust Anthony. Would you trust Anthony with anything? Would you trust Anthony with anything? I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. If me lay a piece of pum pum to the side, I'm gonna put it down and say, you know what, I'm gonna come get that later. I would not trust Anthony to guard it for me. Me not trust Anthony one bit. Me not trust him one bit. Amber is getting to see this. Listen to me. Amber may know Anthony in the personal setting, but now she's getting to see him in the business setting. Let's see if Amber will take up for him. That's a good question. Let me see how she going to take up for this because it's terrible. I told that they are all three snakes. Wayne, Rolanda, and Wayne is no different. Well, regardless of what if they're snakes or not, Anthony's being held accountable, and we're going to put Anthony on trial. We know that part there. Anthony is going on trial. Amber will take this hit so Anthony can keep face with his business partners. So now, say she about to take off him. Hell to the nah. I wouldn't. Oh my God. Hold on. Is she about to, is Amber going to take up for Anthony? Let's see exactly how she work here, so. No matter something, I would have never put, if I have me look a pum pum when me put on my nightstand and say, you know what, later me I come back. I would not trust Anthony with a piece of pum pum when me put down. What do you think? She gonna take up for him? Should she take up for him, friends? Good morning, Angela Powell. Yes, she'll take up for him. You think she'll take up for him? Ashley say yes. Amber should have had made him buy the bar back of the restaurant of Kelvin. That's what I said too. I said them should go back for either bar 44. That's what I thought he was going to do. Hey Amber, let me go get you back bar 44. Or let me go get you whatever, something else. I didn't think he was going to do this. When somebody complained, I said, well, O'Neill, you know you want this and come on now. Anyway, let's run into it some more. They are running Amber out of the meeting and I think they have a point. They have a point. Are Wayne and Roe correct for running Amber out of the meeting? Amber needs to be quiet and allow this to happen. But this is, hey, this is it. Her husband goes behind her back and does something like this. Look, if she had bought something, but let's see. Let's see. Is Wayne correct for running her out of the meeting? O'Neill, at this point, Amber is the only person who can save him from his partners. Let's see how this is going to work out because Anthony is the logistics man in this partnership. He always is. The way it is looking, no. Maybe they should bring up the big sell of the last deal. The millions of dollars that Anthony has been hiding from Amber. Well, Anthony and Sheila deserve each other. At this point, you know what, Dre? I thought about that last night. I'm saying, at this point in time, Anthony really does deserve Sheila. They are the same. No care them try to hide from each other. That's why them irritate each other that much. She doesn't know Anthony's personal neither. In business, she's foolish. In business, this is if she thinks this is great. Thank you very much. I'm just saying I would not have said anything. I would have watched this played out because it would have given me again, it would give me an inkling into who Anthony is. Is he allowing Amber to take the blame though, or is Amber taking the blame? That's who the Amber character has always been doing at Gigi. That's who it is. Here she goes. This is my husband. All breathy and everything. How she get into this? She need to sit this one out. The eyeliner not even filled in. You understand? Please. Amber needs one of these right now. Amber needs one of these. She need a seat. Amber needs a seat right here, so. Yep. She need a chair. This is what Amber need. Amber needs a chair. Please, can someone please come give Amber a chair? She needs to sit down. Thank you, Kiri. She needs to go sit down. Make Anthony work himself out of this one. That is correct, Kiri. She needs to go sit down. Does Amber need to take a seat? No, friends, and don't come in. Does Amber need to take a seat? She need to take a seat, friends. She need to take a seat. She need to go sit down. Make this work out. You need to work out. Go to the side. Not your time now. Not Amber's. This is not Amber's time. This is not Amber's time. She needs to take a couple seats back. Pay attention to this. Let them do what they might do right here, so. Let them do what they are doing. She needs to take a seat with this one. Anyway, you guys are all talking nonsense. Remember when Anthony stood up for Amber, when Wayne came at her in business, she's doing the same for her husband. No. First and foremost, and Anthony should never have talked up in that particular time. Angela, I can say, if you went and watched back what I had said, he should have allowed it to be between them. Even I said that. So I'm saying the same thing. I mean, very consistent with with my argument. When you deal with a business partner, them, it's not your business. That's what it is. It's not your business. You allow them to conduct business. Business gets rootless. You can't have your partner jump up in your business. That's unprofessional, extremely unprofessional. So don't even bother with that. It was extremely unprofessional then, and it's extremely unprofessional now. It's not her business to get into this. She's not in the business. She's not in the business. Hemi girl, she is not in the business. This is them checking Anthony, and she needs to stand back and make them check Anthony. Take up your husband to do what? To say what? What you going to take up for him say? That him shift the people him? This is Wayne and Rolanda karma. We don't care. You go, Anthony. So Amber need to speak up. They came to get Anthony dealt with. They came to deal with Anthony. Good morning. Them need to sit down. Let them deal with Anthony. She needs to sit and listen to the conversation. She might learn something. Thank you very much. This is exactly what I said, Gwen. Thank you very much. If you sit down and learn something. She's going in business with Anthony. She needs to sit and learn. Watch. She shouldn't be taking up for him. Amber needs, love this comment, needs to sit down and learn something. So no bother with this. The other people are coming in, but no, she needs to take up and blah blah blah. No, she doesn't need to take up for nothing. She needs to sit down and learn and watch Anthony. Saying that they don't need to deal with Anthony O'Neill. Let them deal with Anthony. Let them deal with him. There's a reason why Rolanda and Wayne decided to have a meeting at Anthony's. There's a reason why they decided to do it there. Because they have to bring this forward. Make them listen. Because she's part owner. No, she does not need to get into this, because this argument is about the mere fact that Anthony has crossed them. That's what it's about. It's not about the business that him already buy. It's about how Anthony has gone behind their back to purchase a deal. Amber is not a part of that. She is not. So she doesn't need to be in it. Amber is acting like she's Anthony's mother. He's a man. Let him be a man. That's the problem now. Too much cuddling and lotioning up Anthony. Thank you very much, Kiri. Thank you very much. Remember, so somebody the other day said Amber was trying to act like the man, you know. This is very manly. You don't get inside of things that is not, you're not supposed to get inside of. This is a manly trait where you come to defend. Don't even bother with it, friends. Don't even bother with it. Uno know say, don't even bother with it this morning. Uno no bother with it this morning. Don't try to see if you can come save Amber this morning. She's not. She doesn't belong in this conversation. She doesn't. Amber need to take a couple seats back, like we said before. Go and go work on other stuff. If she can't manage this conversation, go sit down. Go and sit respectfully. Respectfully. Anthony went and talked to Wayne because he didn't want the thirst trap around Amber. He should have stayed out of the business deal. No. Amber and Anthony has been in business since before they got married. Well, now she's seen a different side of Anthony, which maybe she needs to sit down and learn, Charmin. If it was me and my wife was doing this kind of business, I want to see what she's doing and I want to listen to it. I would have wanted to listen to it. I don't know why it is I don't want to listen to that. But anyway, let's move on. Nothing. This is what it is. Amber is blind. That's the way love goes. Love goes. 1992 Janet Jackson. My love is blind. You can't see my desire. Dre, Mr. Way said, Dre. Thank you for that one journey. Because Anthony wrong you, Amber, and you tried to make it back to by cutting his business partners out. No. Only if Wayne knew it was for Amber, he would have understood and respected the decision. No, look, the problem the people them is having, is how Anthony did it. Laverne, come again with this. Let me explain myself again. Only they said that they want them in business together. Yes, more want them in proper business together, Laverne. Not shift shaded business. I told you that. I told you I didn't like how they're doing this. Am I switching up? The point of the matter is they are doing it topsy-turvy. You cut the people out of business after the problem. You could have found another business. If you were here, we spoke about this. I didn't mind them dealing with Anthony, but if Wayne and Rolanda really wanted to know the truth, they would have listened to Amber and she would have told them, that is my point. And I know what you're saying, Nanya, but I'm not time yet for she come in. I don't fear time yet. I know your point where I say, yes, you want Amber come in, tell them the truth for whatever it is. But on a fear time right now. Let them talk to Amber and so let them talk to Anthony and let him speak up. Anthony better get smart and watch what he says to get out of this situation. This is not his time. It's not Amber's time to speak up. Why she want to speak up now? When she didn't speak up when they gave her when they gave up the bar. Thank you very much. Live, love, laugh. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Continue what we're talking about. We're talking about two separate things. You guys are saying because you're the owner of the bar. No, that's not the point. The point is you have three business partners. Wayne, Rolanda, Anthony. Rolanda brought a deal to the table. Anthony stole the deal. Tell the people them saying don't want to do it. Stole the deal. Yes, them have a weird time to check him. Amber have no business in this. She need to sit down and watch and ask herself the question, well, how do I feel about this? She should be asking, how do I feel about how Anthony has done this? That's a question she needs to ask. So now we're going to use one thing to justify the other. We understand that Anthony is a snake, but Wayne is a snake and Rolanda is a snake. So we're going to use that to justify it. I thought we were talking about the situation. I didn't know that we were trying to justify the snakeness now. If that is the case, then basically none of this wrong. All right, you know what? Fine, Nanya. Since as what you're saying, since I'm gonna apply what you say. I'm gonna apply what you say. Did Anthony, based on what you've said, because if we're going to do this then, did Anthony do anything wrong? You know our show in Nanya. You know so we call out every move on the show. There you go. There you go. There you go. No Amber wants to speak up. Dre, thank you very much. And no Amber wants to speak up. When Anthony was trying to take the bar away with Holiday, and Holiday asked her to speak up, she never speak up then. But now all of a sudden she has speak up now. Because of the things we him say. This man have a wrap around him little finger so much. I don't like that. Me tell him to say, me probably care for Amber more than most people care for her because me care for her in different ways. Me care for her on a level where basically me want to see her at her best. Did he do anything wrong? Because if you're going to say Wayne is a snake and Roe is a snake, then basically you're saying, look, what this insinuates, I'm not saying you're saying it, but what this insinuates is that Anthony is not wrong. And that what they're doing is correcting Anthony on how he went about business. That's what they might do. They might do what they're supposed to do. They might ask him what kind of business this. They're asking him why Anthony just buy the business for Amber and keep himself out or go to them with it. The point of the matter is him never consult the people and before him do what he did. He didn't. Him never do it. But that is the point, Nanya. So if him wrong, then him need to take the repercussions without Amber saving. She don't need to save him. She doesn't need to save him. Him need the three of them need to have it out as business people. The last time Angela Atkins we had this comment before, didn't O'Neill complain? Didn't I complain when Anthony got himself in an Amber business? O'Neill complain. O'Neill said that is not your business, Anthony. The woman if have her business, you need to go inside. Don't forget that. You're not going to forget them thing there. You know when O'Neill talk, when act like you're going to forget it. When you forget all what O'Neill said. When you forget it. That's what's going on. It's a man trait. Walking upon the business, walking upon the man like this. She a walking like a bodyguard. She a behave like she a Suge Knight. Anthony a behave like Suge right now. She a behave like Suge. What you mean she not behave like Suge? Hmm? Oh, sir. She act like Suge Knight right now. She no need for be here, so I'm Nanya. No. Your girl no need for there, so right now. What you mean that's not true? Talk to me, man. She be like Suge Knight. I come in for the thing like she want to strong arm the thing. She act like Suge Knight now. She was Suge Knight? Suge Knight. O'Neill, let me come in. Let me come in and see what y'all saying. But O'Neill, Ro didn't even tell Wayne Amber is in the business at all. No, but regardless, Anthony is a garden snake, but Sheila is a cobra, and Wayne likes cobras, i.e., no karma. Exactly, O'Neill. This is exactly what they're doing, correcting Anthony for what he has done. That's what they're doing. I know your personality very well. It's been over a year. I've been with you. What you mean, Nanya? Talk to me. What you know? Tell me what's going on. No one is saying he was right, but no one is gonna come at my husband like that in our house. It's a business meeting. They never disrespected him. You don't need to stop making it sound like this. Come on now, friends. No, now get personal. Let me ask you a question. Did Rolanda? No. Let's do this. Did Rolanda or Wayne disrespect Anthony? Any at all in the conversation? Let's go. No. Let's really and truly talk about this. Since as y'all want to bring up, make it look as though them in here and they're telling them to call Anthony out in name. They're telling him whatever it is. Did they disrespect him? That's when a wife come in. A wife and a husband step in when there's disrespect. Did they disrespect him? Did they come in and them call him out in name? Then this comment don't apply. They them never, what want to call come at? That means every single time somebody tried to correct somebody, this was the same thing Ron was talking about yesterday. This is the same thing Ron talked about. People have conversations, and the moment them have conversations, people just getting at them feelings. Oh my God, you're coming at me, so let me just see if I can defend. Why are you defending? So this conversation does not apply. It does not apply because they did not disrespect him. If them disrespect him, then you're jumping at it. Fine, that's different. That's not what's happening here. What's happening? The people are correct, Anthony. It's almost like when you start defend. I feel like when I defend Anthony. Wait, hold on, no man. No O'Neal. No O'Neal. No O'Neal. No O'Neal. Maybe I missed something in this entire conversation. It feels to me like y'all are defending Anthony. She do enough. She need to go sit down. They were fair to allow him to speak without lying. The people might have a very, very civil conversation. What are you? What are you guys talking about here? Didn't Wayne say if it was in the streets, he would get hurt? But him never. But did he? What? Hold on. Maybe I watch two different things. So in other words, no, Anthony right. Basically, what now tell me says Anthony. So Anthony's right, basically. Oh, where the fuck's look here. No, me realize say una probably more Anthony's fans than y'all think. Don't allow, friends. Don't allow because you love Amber. You know what the writers have successfully done? They have made you love Amber so much that even if Anthony is a bad person, you will overlook him because of your love for Amber. So the question is this: are people overlooking Anthony's bad behavior because of, hold on, may I show you what's going on, of their love for Amber? That's what I think y'all are doing. I want to have to be very careful with that. You have to be very mindful with this. It feels as though because we love Amber so much and we're now correcting the whole idea that Amber needed to sit this one out, which is what she should have done, and listened. Remember, you know, she's just coming, yeah, but people are make it look like, say, hold on, Nanya, man. Yes, me over the comments them, but me I read the comments them. The comments them I say that basically, in other words, she should have been in this and he was coming at her. And what you mean? That's what people saying. I'm just reading the comments. So okay. Let me go for the comments them, Nanya. Cause me think maybe me I miss something. Me think maybe me I miss something. Some people are defend the thing. She didn't move to tell them. She didn't move till they called him a snake. She knows her husband is a mouse, and that's why she had to step in. What do you call this? So why if them call him a snake? I didn't know a snake was disrespecting you. No. This was snakish. May I call you a snake because I think this was a snakish move. I think y'all are way too in harms on this business. Let me step back. Let me step back. Let O'Neal step back. I apologize, friends. I'm telling y'all right now. Don't say O'Neal. Listen, O'Neal, I call a spade a spade. Be very mindful. Be very mindful. That meeting needs to be there so Amber can see everything. Also, Amber doesn't want her involved. She doesn't need to be involved. Him no want her involved either. He can handle him own business. The point of look, this started from the mere fact of O'Neal saying Amber needs to sit this one out. She doesn't need to go in. She needs to sit it out, pay attention to what's going on, and take notes from it. And ask herself a lot of questions. Did Anthony do this right? And talk about this later. This was not her meeting to get into. But don't worry yourself. Let's go back to the conversation. Because maybe he says, Angela Atkinson, and I quote, the reason why I stand on stuff is because I'm from the streets. In other words, I've learned from the streets that you need to stand on business. Because if you don't stand on business, there are consequences. He never threatened Anthony. I don't know what's going. Maybe Onila losing mind today. I may be just losing my mind. Let me read some comments. May I lose my mind? Don't worry, Onila losing mind. Only losing his mind. Is O'Neal no, forget it. Is O'Neal losing his mind? May I lose my mind, man? Is O'Neal losing his mind? You know what? You know what? Nanya, may I go take it to O'Neal is losing his mind. No, hey, don't worry. O'Neal is losing his mind. I'm gonna read some comments. Don't worry, I'm gonna read some comments. Legally, Anthony did not break any written contracts with Rowan and Wayne. It's still a dirty move. And that's the point. That's all the people that argue that Anthony, the move kind of dirty and slick. That's all they're arguing. That is all they're arguing. They need to stop doing business with Anthony. They probably do. That's what's going on. Amber, wrong. She needs to sit down. Thank you very much. That's all O'Neal is saying. Sit this one out and just watch it. You don't need to get up there. Anthony knows what he's doing. He's the problem of everyone. The business to be in business partner with. Amber should have removed herself from the room. Why is she there? I ask the same question again, but people are saying her husband, so she need to go there. So let's work on this. Nanya says, Angela Atkinson, you're absolutely correct. Wayne and Rolanda came in there with some personal mess, talking about things Amber bought. What's in Amber's closet? O'Neal, what about that part? That's them doing them regular little petty thing. Amber does the same thing and Wayne does the same thing. This is about the conversation about the business practice. What are you guys? It's what I'm telling y'all. It's what I'm telling you. What's going on is this. Look, what's happening to y'all is this. This is what's happening. Friends, this is what's happening to y'all. You may not see it, but this is what's going on. That's why I'm only unbiased with it. What is going on is that you love Amber. No, when she was sitting down and Amber and Anthony had get correction, y'all were fine. The moment Amber stands up, gets into this, and O'Neal now says, no, Amber, you need to take a seat. You don't need to stand up. You need to sit down and allow Anthony to take him lashes. It gets upsetting because you love the Amber character. You don't like Anthony, but you love Amber. So even if you have to protect, even if you have to protect Anthony because you have to protect Amber, that's what your mind is doing. I'm not stupid. I know exactly what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. That's what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. And I'm saying it to you right now. Be very mindful that you don't see if they can protect Anthony because you like Amber and because Amber has good intentions at points. Be very careful with that because then you are harboring the devil. Basically, in a nutshell, that's what's going on. But you know what? If you want to say that, hey, O'Neal is going to rest it to the side. I've rested the case. Let me read comments now. Come in, let me read comments. Only people are lose their mind. They're defending this man's behavior. This man's behavior does not need defense. I would never have wanted my wife to step in on a business meeting like this. Make me do my business myself. I would have checked my own wife if she ever stepped into a business meeting for me. You don't need to be in my business meetings. That's between me and the people whom I talk to. In case y'all don't know, if I was in Anthony's shoes, because me's a real man, it's me doing the business. My wife has no business stepping into something that she don't need to step into. You met me and my business partner them argue that out, and believe me, O'Neal has had many arguments with the business partner them. So that's just the idea of that. You could have never walked yourself into my business meeting like this. But again, I was the same person that also said that Anthony should have never went into the little business meeting that Amber and Anthony was having by the poolside. So don't even come with that. O'Neal was very, very much against that. Keep going. They shouldn't be in business together. No, if you want to say that, then hey, I can agree with that. O'Neal, we both know Wayne have acted differently if the new Amber found out about it. We don't know. We don't know. No, O'Neal, I agree with you. No, O'Neal, not so. Look, going into business with your spouse is challenging. Anthony will be a no-show. It is. And maybe Amber needs to be taking notes. Amber again tries to overstep her boundaries. The meeting was for Atlanta and how he snaked them. This was the point of the meeting. Anything else we're not talk about is unnecessary to the meeting. This was about the mere fact that Anthony was a snake. So if she sit down and realize that Anthony messed up Nanya, then she need to also sit down and watch and to see what he does out of it. She doesn't need to go help a grown man. He's a grown man. Like you always call him Nanya, little uncles. Little uncles need to take care of the business himself. It's as simple as that. Little uncles can manage himself. Him is a grown man. Road didn't tell Wayne everything. The lady said that, and that's the problem. Is it really a problem? Though there's no, at this point there's no problem to me, because Anthony Cross, Wayne, and Roe. Only the problem is that Rolanda and Wayne don't let no one check them in their house. They always say they're not going to bring that negative energy into the home, and you're not going to disrespect me. But are they disrespecting him? Me keep on ask that, and people say yes. When they disrespect them, then people might ask. I say, Anthony, we thought we had a business transaction with you. What kind of business is this? You know what? Let me ask you a question. Should Amber be taking notes? And that's if you do. This is what I expect Amber to do. Funny enough, this is what I would have wanted Amber to do. Take some notes. You know Rolanda and Wayne petty already. They've always been petty. Amber petty just the same. She walking at the various things and man, she talk about different things at different points in time. They're all petty. What are we talking about here? The little pettiness when she come in, them come in and talk about clothes and different things. They are all petty. This argument is about the business transaction that between Anthony, Rolanda, and Wayne. That's what this is about. If you're arguing anything else, you can make any argument for it. That's why it has to stay in a range. This argument is about Wayne, Rolanda, and Anthony having a business idea. Rolanda bringing a business to the table. Anthony tell the people them no, even though he said yes before, and then saying no afterward. Then when him say no, him go buy the business himself. That's what the argument is about. That's what the business is about. That's what this argument is about. It's not about anything else. If you bring anything else into it, sure, you're going to have all sorts of arguments for it. What are we arguing here, friends? What are we arguing? What are we arguing? I don't know what we're arguing now. Now me lose track of what we're arguing about. Amber, then if you're not protecting Anthony, Amber needs to stay out of it. If you're not protecting Anthony, Amber needs to stay. She needs to look and see what's going on. Why would you shut down a successful restaurant and then get a failing restaurant that doesn't even have customers and they have taste tested? They haven't even taste tested the food. That is the question. She needs to pay attention. She needs to be listening. Amber needs to be listening. Take notes. And that she's supposed to do. Take some notes. That Amber was going to stand by her man. Of course she'll stand by him. When the night is gone and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see, then darling, darling, stand by me, oh stand. Listen, I've always said, if we could not get a woman like Amber, I'm telling you right now, because she will ride and she will die. Amber is the type of woman that would take a bullet for you. Amber is the type of woman that would take a bullet for a man. This is what it is for a man. That's who Amber is. The type of woman who would take a bullet for a man. She would jump in front of a bullet for you. Be kind with the words in the chat, please, friends. Anthony think that he's doing something great with the failing restaurant. Don't worry about it. This is going to backfire. It's going to backfire, friends. And all O'Neill is doing is trying to see exactly if he can save Amber from herself. She needs to be safe from herself. Amber is not in their business group. She was not a part of the original meeting. Why would Amber need to have anything to say? She doesn't know what's going on. And Miss T, that is O'Neill's point. That's why she needed to sit down on the bench. She need the bench. Substitution coach. We need to sub Anthony Amber right now. We need a substitution. She don't know him. She clearly don't know him. She can know him some more. Anthony, but you're wrong. You're mistaking loyalty for weakness. Well, maybe the question is this. Should Amber try to get to know Anthony some more? This is your question. Since, as you say, we're mistaking loyalty, weakness, and whatever it's that y'all talking about, should she try to know him some more? That is O'Neill's point. The end of the day, that's what O'Neill is saying. Exactly. Everyone always talking about Anthony have people and forgotten that with Wayne and Rolanda has done. We know what Wayne and Rolanda has done. Y'all guys are bringing up irrelevant things in the middle of a conversation when I really need this right now. Can Anthony please get some check-in? It's like when I get the check-in and people are... I can't understand y'all. Wanna lose me. Y'all have lost me. You know why wanna lose me? Because all this time, you guys have been begging for Anthony to get some amount of to be held accountable. Someone is holding Anthony accountable. Amber is trying to intervene, and I'm saying that Amber is wrong for trying to intervene. I only depend on the side of Amber. This is how much of loyalists y'all are. Come on, friends. I'm questioning the loyalty. O'Neill TV, Amber is saying, is saying in her heart, the boy is mine, the boy is mine, the boy is mine, and that have nothing to do with nothing at all. Saying the boy is mine. You need to give it up. Heard about enough. It's not hard to see. Anthony is hers. We know. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is that y'all are leaving this. If she don't see Anthony for who he is at this point, then I don't know what else to say. And the point of the matter is that she needs to sit down and pay attention. Sometimes you need to watch. Sometimes you need to just watch. Just use your eyes them and watch. Sometimes you don't need to be talking. Only remember what Rolanda said to the restaurant owner. I do. Dre, me last as well. These people have been begging for Anthony to get some amount of accountability. We're now holding him accountable, and people are trying to see them can block the accountability. And in case you don't know that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. When you bring up arguments about, but Rolanda is the same way, but Anthony is the same way, you're literally trying to soften the blow. The same thing will happen with Angelina and Diesel. Remember we talked about that? Remember? And O'Neill say he knows what they're doing. And even y'all had to sit down and say, O'Neill, make sure you're not... Whoop. Well, it's the same thing. Anthony is being held accountable. Anthony is... This is the point. This is the point today. Anthony is being held accountable. That's it. That's it. So that's why she don't need to go into it. He's being held accountable. That's the point. Sheila would have had 2 more kids before she divorced him. Well, I don't think that he's going to get any money off this restaurant. I don't think so either. Anthony needs this. He is the negative energy in this home. Anthony don't care about his home spiritually. He is devilish in his type of thing. Anthony always snakes Amber. This is his house lies. You know what? I love this comment. We get results. I love this comment. You know why? Hold on. The reason why I love this comment. I love this comment. We get the results. Why I love this comment is because you are correct. Bringing negative connotations in your home breeds more negativity. Feng Shui. This is an absolutely good comment. What you need to do is clean up this. I know how y'all work, but don't worry, I'm read some comments. I'm reading y'all. I'm doing the best I can with the comments, friends. Please. Nanya, exactly. As long as O'Neal take on Amber, they run out. As long as on them run, oh yes, they run out because O'Neal talk about Amber. The people who are trying to come in for whatever it is, Amber doesn't even sit down. That's the point of the matter with this. Listen to Rolanda. She thinks she knows Anthony had a reason. I'm hearing Rolanda, the point of the matter, is that make them have it out door. Watch how him respond. The point of the matter is, Nanya, I want to see Anthony respond for himself. I don't want to see him saved. Business and personal though mix. The point of the matter is, me no want to see him get saved. Me no need to save you every time because when I save you, I don't get to see you in your truest form. That's the point. Let him speak. Yes, maybe Anthony have a reason. Let him speak. I believe it's a matter of Anthony trying to validate Amber's feelings, which Wayne doesn't realize. I think Ro gets it. And the point of the matter is, if that's the case, then say it. Allow Anthony to say that for himself. They're finally holding him accountable. That's the point of the matter. Me, I hold the man accountable. I will not try to see if they can kick over the apple cart. Eh? Like, I don't know why O'Neal hold him accountable. It's like, I don't know why Anthony on the chopping block. Anthony is on the chopping block and he knows it. Make him stay on the chopping block, man. What you mean? Husband or not, look on it. Who is Cloudy? What you mean? You mean you mean Sonny? Cloudy, give it up to our boss, eh? If she keeps quiet after all the noise, we will still blame that she didn't stand up. No, no, no. Fatima, no. This is one of them that she doesn't need to. Look, if he was being insulted, Fatima, listen to me. If Anthony was being insulted, I could understand that. If he was being called out of his name, if they were trying to fight him, I could understand that. That's not what they're doing. They're saying, Anthony, what you have done is a snake kind of move, and it is. Isn't that how a snake moves anyways? It acts like you want it good, and then it wait until you're not looking, then it strikes you. That's what they're describing. They're describing exactly what Anthony did. How this only now see this? The point of the matter here is, guys, we're holding Anthony accountable. That's the point. We're holding him accountable. Yes, O'Neal. Atlanta needs to be held accountable. People are finally trying to hold him accountable and not try to let it go. Come on, friends. In a cutthroat business, so Wayne did write about telling Amber no. No, he wasn't. What do you mean? Like when? See, no, I don't know what I talk about. Yes, he is, and he needs to be. In these skits, he's not being held accountable for anything else. Boy, I don't know. Maybe O'Neal, I don't know. O'Neal, me feel hopeless. I feel like we've been asking for Anthony to get accountable. We've been begging. O'Neal has been begging for Anthony to get some accountability. Him finally get the accountability, and the people them rushing out because me telling you why we not rush out. Because Amber is in it, and I'm saying, Amber, step aside. Step aside now. Another man wants to take over. You don't know what it's like. Let him be held accountable. All right, all right. I feel Wayne wants to be as mad as when he finds out that he find out that Anthony bought the restaurant. Yes, Anthony is a snake, and I never trust him. But Wayne will understand that Ro mad because he got it for Amber. And again, this is great, but right now, the point of the matter is she just needs to sit down and pay attention and say nothing. You know what? Let me ask that question. There's so many comments. Give me a moment, guys. I'm trying to read all the comments I'm going to put up. Anthony's a grown man. He can speak for himself. Would you be okay if Amber sat down and said nothing? Yes or no? Let me ask y'all a question. The only person in these skits that has been held accountable is Amber. No one else got it like her. Exactly. And that's why I wanted her to sit down Ozzy this time and step aside because she don't need to take no blows for Anthony. You know what? She has gotten enough blows. Amber has taken enough blows. She doesn't need to stand in the way of a blow that Anthony's getting. Make him get the blow. No, that's not true. That's not true. Your baby like Amber is telling them not to hold Anthony. Well, Charmin, when you go in and you try to de-escalate a situation, that's what you're doing. I'm sorry to say, but that's what you're doing. When you're going to try to de-escalate what's going on, and it never really escalated that much, but when you try to see if you can go in there to correct what's happening, yes, that's what you're doing. Make him get the blow. Make him feel the people, them actual emotions. That's the point. And what this mean, Nanya? No, you think women should sit there and not say anything? No, that's not the point, Nanya. The point of the matter is Anthony was being held accountable. It's not. That's not the point. But if you say so, you know what? If you say so, my wife is a very vocal woman. I mean, I make she keep quiet all the time. But if me in her business, she cannot speak for my business affairs. If my business partner correct me, let them correct me on a fair business. Just like when she's going through things with her parents, whether it's her father or her mother, I'm not going to get in the middle of it. It's their business. I never get in the middle of it because that's their issues that they might have. Maybe we'll just look on things different. Amber always tried to defend her sneaky husband without knowing the real truth, and that's the point I'm making. There is nothing to defend. She needs to sit down and watch it. He was not being. But O'Neill, did Amber need even to speak? Yet we don't know what she said. She doesn't need to speak. This was not one of those times that she needs to speak. Come again. Did Amber need to speak? There you go. Don't worry, O'Neill. It's okay. O'Neill's coming down. It's okay. O'Neill answered not at all. Did Amber need to speak, audience? I think they should let Amber speak and maybe it could clear up a lot of questions. It doesn't matter the questions that they're clearing up. The point of the matter is she was being. Amber just needs to sit. She never needed to speak. That's the point. The point of the matter is she didn't need to speak. She don't need to interject. She don't need to get in the middle of it. That is the point. Sometimes love means allowing the person to take accountability and learn. Karine, me say me love this, you see. Thank you for responding to Nanya for me. Listen to me, sometimes if you get the accountability by yourself. I don't want my wife to save me if I'm being held accountable. Nanya, let me say it again. If I'm being held accountable, do not save me. Because you let me miss the lesson. I miss the lesson when you try to interject and come in. Don't save me. I'm a grown man. And you are a grown woman. I'm not going to come and save you if your business partner them correct you. It's not my business. This is the point. Or you're going to learn and grow if every single time you sit down and pick up theme. This is why some of the kids them turn out terrible. Because them parents try to save them every 2 seconds. Every time you try to give them accountability, somebody try to come save them. What are we talking about here? You don't need saved. Him is a grown man. He doesn't need saved. He does not need saved. Karen, I so agree with this point. I so much agree with the point. I'm not listening to J Dub and the other people. And the point of the J Dub just those are people that are just talking and Amber for whatever it is. The point of the matter is we're discussing what is occurring right here. So I mean only if you stop. It's a very interesting conversation. That's correct, Angela Powell. You need to allow people to get the corrections for themselves. We should allow people we should allow people to be corrected. Yes, we should. Me know why you save me. I'm not listening to J Dub and them people that come in because them not like Amber, so them not gonna say anything with Amber thing. I'm not talking about those people. I'm not talking about those people. So that's not what this is. No, again, she should not. She might learn something about her shady husband. He never stuck up for her. She need to learn something. What's going to be Amber's excuse? Oh, you didn't know? Which that you would have been I I don't know what would have been. Listen, she can say nothing to save this conversation. You know what? That's a good question, Rashan. Is there anything that Amber could say to save this conversation? Is there anything that Amber could say to save the conversation? I'm asking the question. You got the point, you know. This is the bottom line of Curtis. He's a backstabbing liar. That's the point. And the people that try to call out the foolishness that he was doing. That's what they mean call out. Let me ask you something. One thing she could have said something. Me want to know what she could have said. Me want to know what exactly she would come in with. What she could have said for come save this? Coco never told Amber the real Anthony, who is a snake. And she said it herself to him. Coco called him a snake. That is correct. A snake. Coco called him a snake. Let's not forget that. Thank you very much to the person who put this in there. Coco, his own cousin who him grew up with, called Anthony a snake. Let's not forget that. Let us not forget say him own cousin same as a snake. So Wayne and Rolanda are not saying anything different. The point of the matter is this. Is Wayne a snake? Yes. Is Rolanda a snake? Yes. The point of the matter is they're in business together and they must correct the man. That is the point of the matter. That's what we're arguing right now in this moment. We're arguing nothing else except that. We are arguing nothing else except that. When you interject on people being held accountable, you enable them. This is exactly why you have a lot of things. O'Neill, if Amber can't fix the mess, Amber should be quiet. And she cannot fix the mess. She couldn't fix it. She couldn't fix it. This is one of those times when Amber just needs to sit down and just watch what go on. This is not the 1950s connotation, Nanya, where you think woman sit down barefoot and them in a kitchen barefoot. This is not the 1950s where O'Neill is telling her that the woman must stay in her place and whatever it is. That's not what this is about. This is about the mere fact that Anthony is in business with two other people. They have a partnership going on. And him go behind the people and back and stole a deal. Like the Grinch. Just like the Grinch, he stole the deal and give it to his wife. And the people might call him out. It wasn't even his deal. You know what, Nanya? If it was Anthony's deal, maybe he would have won me. Maybe y'all would have won me. But the point of the matter is, it's not Anthony's deal. That's why they can't win me. That's why they don't win me. It's not his deal. A Rolanda deal. The woman carried the deal, come for the two of them, and he stole the deal. At this point, based on it look like una enable Amber right now. I was a bully when I was young, and I'm not a bully now. Wayne keeps saying that he is coming to relationships so people can change what everyone thinks Anthony cannot change. That's not the point, Charmaine. That's not the point. Oh, you mean, oh, I guess you respond to somebody else. Never mind. Maybe you're responding to somebody else. O'Neill, this is the messy Wayne skits of Wayne and Anthony both slept with both women. This is a train wreck. Should we enable people, should we enable people? That's the question. Because this is enabling people. When we don't hold people accountable, it enables them. Look, even you on the O'Neill TV channel, when O'Neill really and truly in the wrong has held O'Neill accountable. Even y'all has held O'Neill accountable, and I don't mind it. You know, we bring up the other day, even Vanswell said, no, O'Neill, Anthony really said this. I went back for the skit. I'm a correct it. People come up on the channel and them say, you know, O'Neill, look how the people are talk to the host. And I said, no, they're not doing, them not disrespect the host. All them are doing is them are call out the host. Them are call out the moderator. And I said, okay, fine. Because you must hold. I've always realized that this is it. My teacher, hold on to this right here, so. The question is, how teachable am I? That's what is running in my head. How teachable am I? That's what I'm always asking myself. How teachable am I? And in this, Amber's teachability index went to 0 because she didn't listen. We can call it teachability index. There's a teachability index. And the teachability index, I'm going to leave you with this. The teachability index, I want you to do this. Every time I try to do this, my teachability index needs to be as high as possible. Why? Because there are moments I am teachable, Nanya. Trust me. Y'all have taught me a lot of things. What do you mean? That's not true. That's the most untrue statement you could have ever make on the channel. You have to be teachable. I am teachable. The amount of times you, Shami, and Angela Atkinson, name me the people who call out O'Neill on the channel, and O'Neill have to take one and say, well, friends, all right, O'Neill wrong. You forget that me wear the shirt that says O'Neill TV, you were wrong. Those things are to remind me that I need to remain teachable. And so your teachability index must be as high as possible at all times. That's all I have to say to you right now. Your teachability index must always be high because you never know when there is going to be a lesson. That's all. Well, you know what? That comes to the end of our conversation, friends. Me love you very much. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to talk to y'all soon. Have a wonderful day. We will talk again.